Welcome everybody. Today we're gonna talk about what happens when you're gonna be on semen retention, right? So here's the thing. Before starting this video, if you cannot watch a guy try to simply explain you and give you value in this video, well, obviously this video is not made for you in the first place. But if you are the type of guy who have a clear attention span and cannot see effects or get instant gratification on this video, well, basically this video is made for you in the first place. So think about it this way. How does it feel to be on semen retention? What happens? What is the changes? Why should I actually try semen retention in the first place? Well, I'm going to give you all of these answers inside this video. So make sure to take notes if you can. And of course, like the video if you want and comment every question. If you have, by the way, if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments, right? Because I keep saying this in my videos. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. So what happens when you're going to be in semen retention? So the way I'm going to explain this is simply my experience with semen retention. So I use it to relapse a lot of times per day. Let's say I use it to relapse 3 times per day, okay? Then it decreased to twice per day. And basically when I was relapsing on a daily basis, I can tell you that I just knew something was off. And this thing that I was off is my soul. Because yes, a lot of people don't talk about this, but basically when you are watching porn and you are literally just giving your seeds just like this every single time you relapse in the toilets, on your bed, which is disgusting, you know what I'm saying? Well, yes, I can judge you because I was in the same position as you, okay? So don't take it seriously. Actually, you should take it seriously, okay? So think about it this way. When I was on semen retention, before doing this thing called semen retention, my life was literally miserable, you know? I couldn't sleep at night. I just felt bad all the time. Well, yes, I was happy, but you know, there is a Chinese study that shows that you have 3 phases. The one that you shows publicly, the one that you shows to your family and the close people, maybe your close friends, and the third one is literally the one that you only show to yourself and only yourself. And basically the third one, which I only show to myself and only myself, was not really optimistic. It was more pessimistic. I didn't have any purpose. I didn't have any goals. I was literally playing games on this TV. I don't know if you can see it, but basically I was just playing games. I was wasting my time 99% of the time, right? I was basically wasting my time. But when I discovered semen retention, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Because I was struggling with this for 3 years, I was like, okay, let me do identity shift. So this is the things, right now I'm about to give you the solutions, what you can actually do, right? The things that worked for me, and it can work for you as well. There is a higher chance. So the thing that you can do is literally called the identity shift. I cannot emphasize this enough. I keep saying this a lot of times and people literally don't listen. So just give it a try. You have nothing to lose, okay? So the thing that you can do, the first one is called the identity shift. Basically, when you're about to relapse, or basically when you're about to think, when you're just gonna think about it, like, okay, what? I'm thinking about corn, but I'm not the type of guy who watch corn. I'm not the type of guy who relapse. I'm not the type of guy who is a slave to his own temptations or slave to his own urges. That's not me. Basically that's not me. I am the guy who control his own lust. I am the guy who can go to the gym at this literally in the same moment. I am the guy who simply don't even think about this in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So basically you try to rewire your brain. You try to, how can I say it? Basically you try to change your identity. This is what we call the identity shift. You try to shift your mind, you shift your personality, you shift everything. So you don't be this old version of yourself. Because yes, you have two type of personalities. The old one, which is your current situation, and the best one, which is your desired situation. And basically your current situation, if you're watching this video, you probably struggle with this. You think that it's just miserable. You put your life in the very dark places. And by the way, I've been talking with a lot of people because yes, I'm a semen retention coach. And if you want me to coach you and help you overcome this addiction, well, the first link is in the description, which is going to be a Calendly call. Basically, it's a call when you can ask me questions and I ask you questions as well to see if you can fit in the coaching program. And this is for only serious people. But I'm not trying to sell you this. I'm just giving you value. So basically, what I was explaining before is I've been talking with a lot of people that have been struggling with this addiction, and it's just so miserable. It's just so miserable. I've helped a lot of people overcoming this addiction, and it's just a blessing. You see, this makes me fulfilled, and this is how I found my own purpose. It's because of your intention. When you're gonna retain your seeds, when you're gonna simply stop sexualizing your brain, and every single time there's something that moves or freaking girl that you like, you're not gonna be thinking about her. You'll be thinking about how to better yourself. Because before I was on semen retention, well, not before, but before I was on self-improvement. Okay, I was on self-improvement, but I was relapsing. So what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Semen retention literally gives you this extra power. So that's pretty cool, okay? So let me continue my story like I've said. So I started to go to the university, and I just thought about it this way. I was like, okay, I hate school. I literally hate school. I hate the university as well. I literally hate the educational system. I'm talking about school and stuff like this, right? Basically, makes sense. And you probably, if you are young and you watch this video, you're probably gonna feel related, okay? And yeah, man, it's just so bad. I hate it since I was young. Yeah, I was fighting a lot at school, but yeah, basically it's just, that's another story. By the way, if you want me to tell you about my story, just let me know in the comments. But yeah, basically what I was explaining is the fact that I started to go to university. I was still relapsing before, and I just felt I was missing something. And this same feeling, I literally felt the same feeling when one day I was watching Speed. I know this is random. I know this is probably like a brain rot thing to say, but obviously I'm not into brain rot. What I'm trying to explain here is I was watching Speed. He was like in this like there was a big place. He was sitting in a big place and everyone down was shouting, Speed, Speed, Speed. You know what I'm saying? And basically this kind of made me feel bad to myself because Speed just gave me an idea. Speed made me think a little bit about the fact that you can always achieve greatness. You know what I'm saying? You can always fulfill yourself. You can always better yourself. There's always doors that are open to you. You know what I'm saying? You just basically don't see them. The reason why you don't see them is because you are not on semen retention. And another thing that I found out about semen retention is literally you just become so awake and you're more aware. You're just so close to God. You can feel people. You can see the real face of the people. Basically, you kind of see like the third face of the people, if that makes sense. Okay. So yeah, let's back to my story. I keep like what I do is I'm telling you my story. I give you like a couple solutions and stuff like this, so we can basically feel related to you, which you can apply it right now, and then I will come back to my story. So basically, let's come back to the story now. When I was going to university, I kind of felt something off. So what I did is I tried to be, I simply tried to better myself. The way I better myself is basically I became the admin, you know, the responsible there in the university. And from that day on, there was something that clicked. I don't know why, I don't know how, but there's just something that clicked. It kind of made me have this accountability, this responsibility, and yeah, basically that's all. And from this day, after a couple days after this, I was talking with my dad. He gave me money so I can buy things, and he called me. I called him. I called him and I told him, yeah, Dad, I still have like a couple money. Can I buy some food or something like this? And he started screaming on the phone. He literally started screaming on the phone. He kept saying, no, give him my money back. No, you don't deserve this money. This is my money. Well, obviously he's not weird or something. He was probably just trying to educate me. And I really took it seriously. I really took it seriously. I promise you, from that day, specifically this day, I started to see things way differently. You see, when you're gonna change your perspective, when you're gonna be more mature, when you're gonna see the reality of this life, basically, you will just you kind of gonna feel miserable, right? But that's how life it is. Well, obviously there is a lot of type of perspectives that I can give you, but most of the time, life is a little bit challenging for a man who basically want to have a higher status, who want to better himself. You gotta go through pain. Pain is something that you cannot escape it. You will life will always put you in those dark places. You cannot run away from pain. Pain is something, is the best teacher in this life. Pain is the best teacher in this life. I'm telling you. Okay? So please keep that in mind. And if you are always ready to receive pain and learn from it, you will simply be unstoppable. I'm telling you from my own experience and from everyone's people perspectives, all those successful people, they all share the same thing. You know, I keep watching those videos of this guy who interviewed those millionaires and billionaires, and all of them are so close to God. All of them. They all keep saying, all the glory goes to God. Well, God is literally everything because I'm close to God. I'm so great. Basically, they're so grateful. Okay? But yeah, from that day on, I felt something started to click. And I was like, damn, I need to chase my purpose. I need to chase my purpose. So what I did is I started Human Intention. And when I started Human Intention, from day 1 to day 10, I literally felt better. When I felt better, I was like, whoa, I'm on Human Intention and I can already feel this type of things. That's crazy, right? Specifically for such a young age, you know? I started when I was 18. Now I'm 19 in a couple days, but yeah, it gives you like this consciousness, this power, this skill to be able to think with your prefrontal cortex. Okay, because yes, when you're gonna be on Human Intention, your frontal lobe, which is inside your prefrontal cortex, it literally improves. You start to think differently. You start to think more clearly. You just see things in the other perspective. You don't see things in the same way. That's what I'm trying to explain. And of course, from that day on, I started my business. I started to work on my business. And basically, that's my purpose right now. It's literally to be an entrepreneur and help people achieve their goals. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm trying to help as much people as possible when it comes to starting this Human Intention. It's just such a blessing. You know, it's such a blessing. I never felt this way. I never felt this way. I never knew that this is the thing that was holding my potential back. It's basically watching corn and relapsing. The day when you're gonna listen to me and you're gonna take this as a consideration and you're gonna actually implement it on your life, you will see the changes, you know? And here I'm talking with only people that struggling with this for every single day on a daily basis. If you're gonna start seeing your intention, I'm telling you, go for it. Go for it. And I'm ready to give you money if it's not gonna work. Okay? So I challenge you in this video to simply go 1 month. Just go 1 month clear. And if you don't feel any benefits, if you don't feel nothing changed, if you're not more conscious, please come back to this video and give me your Cash App. I'm about to give you $100. I literally have nothing to lose. I'm telling you, this thing is literally so freaking blessed. It's so powerful. It's so powerful, you know? And of course, think about it this way. If you can create a whole human, think about it. You can create a whole human. If you just retain those benefits, those minerals, you know, zinc, magnesium, and all of those vitamins and minerals and everything, right? You would just feel better. It makes sense. It's not a rocket science. It makes sense, right? So that's pretty all. That's pretty all. Human Intention changed my life and it changed a lot of lives. I'm just one of those lives. I'm telling you, I changed my clients' lives with Human Intention. You know, one of my clients, his name is Alex. He went from addicted guy to basically at such a young age being an entrepreneur. chasing his purpose. Same thing with Angel, same thing with Cairo, and all of those people, right? Sandy as well, who is doing MMA, well, who's doing currently MMA. He's probably gonna be an MMA champion for sure. I totally believe in him. Cairo, who is doing tracking, Angel, who's doing football, Alex, who is trying to be a businessman, and basically he's a businessman as well. And it's just so funny to see people like going from like struggling at this age, and it's just a blessing to help those people, you know, because they joined um my semen retention coaching program, if I can call it like this. And this can be you as well. If you want to join, the first link is in the description. Just book a free discovery call and I will see how can I help you. So this video, when it comes to this video, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And please, I gave you a goal, I gave you a challenge in this video. Make sure to give it a try. 1 month clean. If you don't feel any benefits, come back to this video. And of course, remember that life is all about lessons. Learn as much as you can.